Hello there, this is JJ, and I am about to show you my progress on remaking Hardwar, which is an old space game, kind of not set in space. Yeah, since my last video, which was about 9-10 months ago, a lot has happened. And I'm going to go through it one by one. So apologies for me talking a lot, but there's a lot to say. Also a lot of cool stuff to see between the talking. So let's get into it. Let's get in here. First thing you'll notice is in the bottom right-hand corner, there is now a radar. This I actually implemented in the last few days. It is a plugin which was free, and unfortunately it took quite long to implement. I was expecting for it to take about 2 hours, but yeah, 2 days. That's how development goes. Cool. Then, surprisingly, the thing that took me the longest, I've been on holiday for about 2 weeks now, and for most of the time, I had been working on the airlocks. Now, some of you might remember in some of my older videos, the airlocks already worked. So what did I need to do? In the original game, you could basically fly up to the airlock, fly inside, and then the computer would take over and go land your ship. I wanted the same thing for this game because I don't want players to stay in the airlock and lock up a building and prevent other players from entering. Yeah, there's many ways to abuse being inside a building with a ship. So yeah, I really needed players to be kind of forced to land. I thought it was cool to be able to land yourself, like you could in the previous videos, but yeah, unfortunately, people will abuse that. If you think about games like Rust and those things. Cool. So before I get in there, the airlock does 3 checks before you get to it, or before as you approach it. The first thing it checks is if you're facing it. So if I fly past the airlock this way, it shouldn't open because I'm just walking by. You wouldn't expect the shop owner to open the door for you if you're just walking by their shop. So it checks that. Second thing it checks is whether there is a queue waiting to use the airlock already. Like if there are ships inside and they're trying to get outside, they have priority over me, so they need to get out before I get to get in. So it checks that. And then the third thing is buildings have a blacklist currently, even though no players can own a building yet, so you can't set that blacklist for a building. I've just implemented it so that it's kind of future-proofing buildings for now. They will also have whitelists eventually for players that are more private and only want their friends to enter or only want themselves to enter. They'll have a whitelist with only their name and their friends' names. There might be factions later on so that factions can be added to black and white lists. Yeah. So let's get in there. It should just open for me. Cool, it did. Would have been disastrous if it didn't. It would be so awkward. You'll see I still have control. I can look around and I can see the door closing. Yeah. Anyway, this now is the computer taking control and landing my ship. I know it's very jerky. That is because of the camera lag that I put on the camera boom. The camera lag's just there to make it look all dynamic as I fly around. Okay, another thing you might notice is that currently there's a menu, like a inventory menu on my screen. This was also added, but this was from 10 months ago. I just never got a chance to make a video of it, and it's not very well tested, so some of it doesn't work. And I'm not sure which parts of it don't work, so apologies if you see anything break now. I honestly haven't worked on this for ages. As you can see on my inventory on the right, I have a laser fitted. And on the left, you have everything that the ship has in stock. Um, you can fit something directly to your ship, or you can just buy it, which would put it in your hole, cargo hold. Yes, that's the right word. What I want to do for demonstration purposes is to fit a pulse laser. I will do that now. You will see that it subtracted money from my account and added it to the shop account. All these types of things I had to think about, and even initializing the shop inventory. I can set what they have in stock, but um, then while the game runs, I have to add all those actual items to their stock. It's just a lot of logic that I'd never thought about until I had to build this. Of course, there's a lot more needed here. One thing, for instance, is there's no repair button, so I can't repair my ship. So that'll probably be in the middle here for me to be able to do that. And let's get out of here. So launch sequence is also automated right now. It just takes me out and spits me out. And oh, I've got my controls back. Waiting for that door to close. This door opens. I can get out. There's still a bit that I have to do there. By the way, while we're looking at this, you can see my engine is flashing a little. So as I increase my thrust, it starts getting brighter and brighter. That was just a tiny thing that I added while I was working on the game. Sometimes you get annoyed with things like airlocks taking 2 weeks to code. Then you do little things like putting an engine in your, well, engine light, engine thruster at the back of your ship, just for fun, so that you still feel like there's a reason for you being alive. Anyway, getting back to other features, I've been playing around with weapons. So, have I mentioned radar? So one thing about radar, sorry for the long pause, I intend to use radar a bit differently to the original game. This is because I want to protect players that are non-aggressive. I feel like aggressive players have all the benefits in the original game, and there's almost no reason not to be aggressive. Which is sad because a lot of games, a lot of online games are like that. If you think about Rust, for instance, all the newbie players they join the game and they just get insta killed, but like there's nothing to gain from the newbies. So what I wanted was for trader players, players that just want to trade or live like a neutral life, to have to have it better. So you not currently in the game, but eventually I want the radar to be toggleable, like you'll be able to turn it off and on. If your radar's off, no one can detect you either on it. If your radar's on, everyone can detect you on the radar. So that enables you to stealthily fly around, hide under buildings, things like that. So other players can only target you by physically looking at you and pressing T. That was in the original game as well, but basically now you won't be able to cycle through the players on your radar like you could in the game. You physically have to go, ooh, there's a guy on the right, let me turn that way. Okay, he's right in front of me. Where is he? Oh, the arrow on the radar is showing down, so he's below me. So that must be him. And then you face him, press T, and now you can start shooting him. So cool. With the whole targeting thing, what I want to say is that I just bought a pulse laser, and I've been working on weapons. So let's change to my pulse laser. Apologies, my mouse cursor is off the screen. Cool. Okay, currently my pulse laser is equipped, and if I fire at my target, it will now home in on the target. So let's fire it. You can see it's homing in on the target every time I fire off in the distance. The homing is quite extreme because I'm just playing around with it. It's not that a pulse laser would have homing in future per se. It was just me playing around with it before I start building a whole missile into the game. I just wanted to see if I can make homing work. As you see, the laser just goes straight into the distance, so you can have homing and non-homing weapons. So yeah, to carry on, I'm just gonna destroy this guy. Do some pulse lasers first. The pulse lasers just destroy the shields for now. Cool, you'll see there's some debug messages saying that his health is on 150, but it's not saying anything about shields. So the shields are drained. So now I can just finish him off with the laser. That is an insanely strong laser. I need to fix that. Or I need to give them more health. Cool. Other than that, what have I done? I think I've talked about everything. There's a small bit of AI, but I'll make another video about that. Other than that, I am planning on releasing a tiny demo for people to play on. It won't be like the full game is currently in the, yeah, like the full original game is, but it's basically going to be a deathmatch mode for people to be able to test buying, selling, repairing. Repairing needs to be added. There's no way to repair yet. You'll also be able to shoot each other. So basically, you'll start the game. The game will spawn you in a random building with a random ship. It'll probably be like everyone's got the same ship, the same weapons to start with. You'll have a bit of money and you'll be able to buy some weapons from that building. And then you head out. As soon as you get outside, there'll probably be, depending on how many people join, there'll be a bunch of firefights happening. You'll get shot, you'll shoot others, people will die, and when you kill someone else, you will be awarded some money, which you can use to repair your broken ship. Hopefully, you don't need to repair your broken ship. I'll also probably make it that you can only recharge at the light wells. And then that'll add some more combat to it. So you'll want to recharge, but you'll also want to be safe at the same time. So yeah, it's a catch-22. Yeah, so that game mode will have to work along with that. Things that I have to do before that can be released is I need to add repairing. I need to add some more weapons. I need to add missiles, definitely some missiles, rockets, and things like that. And I need to be able to spawn players. Currently, every time I start the game, I start at the same place, and it's not a random place, and it's kind of boring. Something else I need to do is the crosshairs are terrible. Like if I shoot now, it's more or less in the middle, but it's just not good enough. I need the crosshair to actually be where you're shooting from. I need players to be able to change their names. That's a great thing. And names should display over ships and player heads. Yeah, what's the other one? And then my level needs to be fleshed out more. There's not much happening in this level. I need a lot more buildings, a lot more places for people to hide. Yeah, things like that. Other than that, obviously for copyright reasons, I can't actually copy the original game to the T. I am going to change names, places, etc. of things, and this current ship is very heavily based on the Silver Y moth from the original game. So this ship will be thrown out. I already have a new design. I just need to get that into Unreal from Blender. And I would like any input. Well, my ship's drifting away. I would like any input from people about I don't know, any ideas you have for the game, since it doesn't have to be strictly like Hardwar was. Also, bear in mind it's like a Wing Commander Lite or a it's like a space game but the light version. So I don't want super complicated things in this. Like anyone who's not even into space games should be able to pick it up and have fun with it. It's more of an arcade game, arcade style. You don't have to buy a joystick just to play it. That would be silly. Um, yeah, and also I need a name for the game. So if you can think of any names, please let me know. Preferably nothing along the lines of hard war, hard warp, hard water, hard whatever. Um, just something that makes sense. The future is greedy, so we need to let people know how what this game's about from the game, from the name. Whoa. Uh, so something space soundy, but also something that rolls off the tongue and explains what the game is about. Great, that is it. Thank you for sitting through that, and I'm sorry for babbling on for so long. I hope you enjoyed seeing my updates, and I hope it's not too long before I can show you some more stuff. Stay tuned for a AI video soon, because that's already in the game. That's why you see this glass box over here. I will show you some of the AI and how that works, and yeah, some of the advancements I've made while I was bored with that thing not working. Yeah, so stay tuned for that and all that subscribe, like, all that other stuff we hate hearing. I kind of have to say. So, cheerio. Thanks for watching. Bye.